Ooh, man. Today was so busy for me, to be honest. I had to do like a lot of financial stuff, like for myself and for my family too. And because my family is not really that good at the computers, I did it for them. But yeah, it's filing your taxes season, to be honest. And I actually my parent my family has an accountant, but I decided to file my taxes instead because I feel like I like knowing the taxes is pretty good, like how it works and stuff. I've been like learning a lot of stuff, to be honest, especially especially during this time. I learned a lot of like economics and stuff. I never really I knew like the fundamentals, but I never got like super deep into economics. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff like I know like the pandemic, if it still continues on, like the interest rate might go like negative, and then there's gonna be like a certain period of time when the bank like pays you money to borrow money from the bank, right? So like during that time, you could like take a big loan out, right? And have the bank give you money too, and you can use it to buy stuff. But you have to have like a really close eye, because if you're like let's say you want money to buy a house, right? And during that time is the best time to buy a house, to be honest, because like the repercussions and like the consequences of like, or maybe just the drawbacks of like this pandemic, right? The negatives, you could say, from the collapse, kind of like the collapse or like the hiatus of the economy. You get my point. Like the house interest rates. I wasn't sure if it's like the house it's kind of like equilibrium. Like the house is gonna be like more high value than like you buy it and you take more money, but the house is gonna be it's gonna be more too, right? Because they want to sell it so they can get the money and use that money, right? But there are some people that sell like cheap that really need the money like quick, or I don't know, going so broke because like a lot of people are paycheck to paycheck, right? They're going so broke that you need the money super fast. They sell the house like for super cheap. That's like all like the like the rich kind of mentality of like trying to like use like that advantage or to buy more houses, right? Real estate, and then I don't know, they buy it and then they renovate it and then they sell for high, right? Like especially in my city, like the average cost of a house is like 750 seven $750,000. That's like the average, right? And then like you have a bunch of these real estate agents that buy it. They take a loan from the bank and buy it, and then they renovate it. I don't. They don't even renovate it like that much, to be honest. They fix the line problems and make it and maybe make it a bit more beautiful, and then they sell for like $1 million, and people still buy it. I'm not too sure if it's because like wealthy people I feel like a lot of like Chinese wealthy people come to buy this real estate, right? Because they want to move their money out from their company, because they have to pay taxes, right? They have to move their money out of the company and then um, take it to like another country and buy their stuff so that they can like basically. Do you know like you always hear like some like rich guy buying a piece of art and they buy it for like $1 million, right? That's basically trying to use all their money so that so that they don't have to pay a higher tax margin, to be honest. There's a lot like a bunch of stuff I started to like really get into. Either way, I actually might do this for like another topic. Yeah, I might do it for like another video, but either way, yeah, I had to do a lot of stuff, to be honest. And this is the first time I actually deposit my check through mobile. I usually deposit my checks from the government and just checks in general, like to the bank. I go to the bank and deposit it. And then like everything started to change into online, to be honest. Like the world is like really changing more online based, right? At first I used to go to a bank and I would go to the teller and deposit there, but now they decided to change the ATM. You can do it through ATMs now. And now after that, and now that I learned how to do I learned how to do ATM, and then now after doing ATM I'm doing by mobile. But I thought like I feel like doing for mobile is like kind of like it's more susceptible to like being stolen, right? But I thought about like the infrastructure of like an iPhone, especially like iOS. I feel like I can trust it more than Android, to be honest. Cause the reason why I thought about the reason why that iOS doesn't get viruses is because you had to download an app, and that's really that's filtered through the App Store too, right? They actually check on like your app and everything to see if it's up to terms and conditions. So that's one of the first line of defense, right? And then just overall the core defense is pretty good. They use some kind of like I don't know, some kind of like protocol that you have to use the iOS itself to run the app. When on Windows you can run the app through the app instead. Does that make sense? So because but that makes Windows more customizable, to be honest. iOS isn't is restrictive on that part, right? Android, it makes you like super customizable. You can like bring in like files and stuff, and like you can change a lot about it, right? So that's the pros and cons. Yeah, pros and cons. Oh yeah. And I thought about like doing developmental stuff like apps and stuff, and you really need like a Mac iOS to really make an app. To be honest, I've been thinking in the future. To be honest, yeah, I'm thinking like way in the future already. I'm still planning like every single day. I usually just drift off in thoughts, and something will click to me, and then I'll think about it, and then I'll go like super deep, like every single level. Like every single level and like every plan I have in the future, and I still like I don't know. Sometimes I just do something random, and a thought comes into mind, and I think of like another way I can improve it. And that's why sometimes I feel bad like doing these kind of recordings, and I want to like change what I say and stuff. Yeah, that reminds me. I actually watched like a bit of the videos from before, and it's actually super cringy, to be honest. It's kind of boring to see nothing but pitch blackness, right? And you only hear my voice. It's kind of cringy, to be honest. It actually made my skin kind of like gag reflex, kind of, right? I don't know. Maybe it's because of like just like you normally are like don't like your voice in general. Like if you record yourself and you play yourself back, you just don't like your voice, to be honest, right? I feel like it's not bad, but it's still a bit cringy, to be honest. And every time I talk super fast, right? I'm always on it. I don't know why. I mean, I can't slow it down, right? I can slow it down to this, and usually I do slow it down, but I feel like getting faster. I just want it out, to be honest. I want it out. And every time I talk like super fast, I feel like it's more authentic to myself, to be honest, right? It's more like it's more authentic to myself, and also to my thoughts and ideas. I just like if you say something fast, you I feel like you trust someone more, right? Because kind of, will you say you trust someone more than if you talk slowly? If you do talk normally, I guess you are more well mannered, well behaved, and like more higher stats, right? I remember there's like a psychology to something. If you like talk fast, you like more nerdy and stuff. If you talk normal, and if you talk slow, you're like really masculine. You sound more commanding when you talk slow. Either way, if you get to your point in as few words as possible, that should make you like really smart, right? But I'm not good with my words, so I talk fast and I give many examples to try and get my point. And also because I have a trauma with people misunderstanding me, like a I don't know. Yeah. Actually, what else I was gonna talk, to be honest? I wanted to talk something. I wanted to talk about something today, to be honest, but I got sidetracked and I had to do other stuff. Ah, yeah. I thought it was really interesting when I did the mobile checking. It like when I like you actually take a picture of it, right? But it like automatically registered the check. To be honest, I think usually when you like take a picture of something, right? You like steady it, and then you press the button, and it'll take the shot, right? But this one was instantly, so I felt like, wait, how is that possible? I was like super fascinated that they are like that advanced into this right away, right? Usually, usually like traditional companies, they aren't really inventive, or they don't try to like do do more than enough, right? They always do like the bare minimum, right? I don't know, but I was pretty fascinated about that. That it instantly like knew that it was a check there, and it instantly like snapped. That was really interesting. I felt like maybe I like try to logically think how it would happen. And I felt like probably machine learning a bit, because I don't think a computer can really identify just like doing that, right? You really need to go through like a few evolutions of like learning that is to check, or maybe just like an identify on the check, or like one like a government check, right? Maybe they have like a some kind of IR kind of thing, like a short code, or like one of those like square codes. What's that called again? Shoot, I forgot the term for it. It's like on the tip of the tongue. It's like those square codes that have like super weird mazes in them. I feel like you know what I mean. It's like a barcode. A barcode? Maybe it has like that kind of identifier, right? So I feel like they probably use the same technology, to be honest. I thought they would use like some kind of like infrared like kind of camera, because like that iPhone I should use my dad's iPhone, and he told me to like probably I should use like a new generation iPhone, because it's much more secure, right? If you use like a new generation iPhone. I still use like the one with I still use the old iPhone. I never changed it. I was given like so many opportunities to change. Actually, my dad actually bought like that new iPhone for me, but I didn't wanted it, so so he took it for himself. It's like super large. It's like almost like it's like it's way too big. It's like bigger than your hands. You can't even if you can't even grab onto it. That's like way too big for me. Even though it has like all like new specs and stuff, I still like the old one. It just like fits my hand. You can put it in my pocket, and especially the music. What's it called? The not HDMI. XLR. No. Ah, shoot. 2.1 something audio jack. The audio jack. I still want the audio jack, because I can actually plug in my Sennheiser in it, and I can actually like use it to hear like better and like make it sound better. And also I need to talk about like the Sennheiser I have is like an open can headphone, and since my ears is like so sensitive, sometimes I freak out and feel like my mom is calling me when it's not actually my mom calling me, because it freaks me out, because like the sound stage of it is like so far like apart, right? I feel like someone's like talking to me from far away, like right. Like my room is like across from it's like across from the living room, and then usually my mom would call me, and then I feel like she's calling me, but usually it's not. I just sometimes I misunderstand the like the voices I hear in my like my cans, right, my earphones. So sometimes that freaks me out. But I never actually I never really bought like ear cans like headphones like a good headphones until recently. I always use like the Apple, the standard like original like Apple AirPods, right? With the strings. And I don't like AirPods to be honest. You can probably lose it anyways. If you want to get AirPod, you probably should get like a what's it called? What's that? Shoot, Bose. Yeah, the Bose surround like noise cancellation. That I would want. But the AirPods, nah. I mean, if you want to flex on people, I guess you could buy it, right? Even though like even though that is not really flexing to be honest, it's pretty standard. It's not really flexing to be honest. I feel like people gonna get lost with that so easily. Like especially if you're running and do like punches and stuff, and you just flip your head over, you're gonna lose it so easily. Like with street, I feel like it's basically the same audio kind of It's basically the same like quality of audio. I think to be honest. And actually, I love the earbuds. And I feel like it's so much better for like so much better. I don't know. Even though the open headphones is pretty good, I feel like the earbuds is so much better for like knowing like the location of people. At least for me. I'm still not. I haven't trained my ear to like hear stuff and like actually register stuff and like where they are. I hear and understand where people are, especially if like playing games, right? Or like shooter games, right? I know and hear better with AirPods. I think, at least. I haven't compared them like after I switched to, like open cans. And like the first time I listened to like these headphones, I'm like super surprised. I almost cried. Like I never thought money could buy you happiness, but holy cow! When I put on the headphones, I was and like put it on. I was like it was like a new word, cause I never like got into like super audiophile stuff. But holy cow, it was a change. And now it's just standard. It doesn't feel as good as before. Like the first time, it really doesn't feel like the first time anymore. Yeah, I don't know. And for some reason, I start to like I used to like put like the music volume like super low, but now I put it like so high, and like I don't know, it doesn't hurt my ears when I put it high. To be honest, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna like kill my hearing when I get older. I already killed my hearing already. To be honest, I remember I told you how like tinnitus because someone punched me and I got hit, and like my left side is like always ringing. Actually, my right side might be ringing too. But my left side is like, I don't know. I'm gonna kill my hearing. Oh my god. And I look online for like a care for it, right? But there is no care to be honest. There's like theories on how you can do it. It's like, but people say it's like all in your brain. Like the tinnitus, like that missing like notes of sound or pitch of sound, it's all in your brain. Like the brain is trying to register a sound, but there's no sound, so it keeps making that like buzzing noise. It's super complex, like super complex. There's like a really like weird traditional way that you can like flick your head like behind your head with like a middle finger like multiple times, and then you be care of it. I never really tried it myself, or at least it didn't really work for me. Cause I saw that video, And I tried it myself and it didn't really work, to be honest. And also it's temporary. It doesn't last forever. Man, hopefully they have advancement in that when they do fix it. But I feel like it's too complex to fix, to be honest. Because the brain stores like different memories differently, right? Like how would you describe how a brain stores memory? We don't even understand how the brain works, to be honest, right? There's a theory, and I actually learned this in university. There's a theory that each time you think of a memory, right, it codes like a really like a tree structure. So the more detailed and more like structurized it is, the more you remember something, right? So let's say like example like my mom, right? At first, when I was a baby, I didn't know anything about mom, even though there was like okay, maybe I shouldn't use my mom as an example. Maybe I say like a friend, like your best friend, right? Okay, you first meet them, you know the name, right? And then you start to associate things, right? And then it goes down like how they look, and then you start to get experiences. And then each time you have experience with them, it reinforces your initial experience with them and start building layers, right? So every time you start to build more layers and more layers, you remember the thing more long, right? And memory doesn't stay in your brain forever, right? Like the stuff you learn in high school or in elementary, you actually like forgot. You really have to like practice it every year to start learning it. When like traditionally they teach you like every grade and they expect you to remember it forever, right? Like let me ask you, do you remember in grade 6 and what you learned in like math? Like every single subject, do you remember? Like tell me, do you even remember? Like no, probably, right? You have to like practice it again so you can remember it. And especially since it's like a one-time thing, like you learn it, right? And then you are tested like 3 weeks in, and then you like don't use it ever again, right? There are things that you still use again, but after you use it, you don't really use it again, to be honest. Like some of the stuff, right? Some like a matrix. There was like a matrix I learned in like math, and I never really used it again, to be honest. I still remember like the matrix grid. Yeah, you really had to practice it like daily to try and encode it into like a long-term memory. But even then, the long-term memory, it starts to forget things. And like how much capacity can you have, anyways? I don't know. Wow, I actually have a lot to talk today, to be honest. Even though I thought like I didn't. I guess when I start rambling on, I do keep rambling on. Um. Either way, I'm gonna have to actually do more research about like some about the financial stuff that I have to do for my family. But yeah, I'll keep it. I'll end it here. It's getting pretty long, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, this has been Ponde, and this has been me for today. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you have a nice day.